Hudson Upstate team at EXP Realty, Judy, Carlin, and we're here to talk about real estate in the Hudson Valley. How long have you lived here? Oh my God, so what is your take on Hudson Valley real estate right now?
So Hudson Valley real estate is interesting. There's not as much tightness, I think, in the market. I think we might be having a little bit more inventory coming.
Could be.
I think, however, we have this interesting election coming up, and so that might play into some people's emotions around.
So my thinking, okay, I've always wondered, why do people not want to sell before an election? Like, what is it? Nothing's going to change. Like, the world's not going to implode.
Yeah.
There's not going to be civil war, hopefully. And like, why would you just not sell your house? Like, what's going to change? It's a really weird mentality, I think people have.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes these kind of big purchases or big sales in your mind. There's a lot of emotion around it, so they're trying to possibly eliminate, roadblocks or obstacles to people's maybe not wanting to buy or not having as many customers. Interestingly enough, many years ago, my parents lived in Westchester and they put their house on the market, and then 9/11 happened.
Oh, wow.
Like a month later.
Wow, so what happened?
So, they had a buyer, but they were panicky. And I think they could have made it a little bit more, if they were less worried about the process.
Yeah. Your parents could have made it?
I think they could have probably gotten a little bit more.
They just wanted to sell.
They were afraid that no one was going to buy it because of
instability. Yeah.
But I'm fairly sure that, these things happen, and maybe there'll be, a momentary blip.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's business as usual.
Yeah, I think it feels like, I remember this time last year, the market was super tight and it was really stressful, and people were feeling, I had some clients that actually closed on a house a year ago, just like yesterday. And when they put their offer in, there were like 20 other offers. And I'm not seeing every home have multiple offer situations anymore at all price points. Mm-hmm. But last year it was definitely a lot different. There were a lot of properties. I mean, the house they bought, they ended up paying $440,000 for, and this year it's going to be worth close to $500,000. Mm-hmm. I think it's even appreciated that much because when they bought at the top of their neighborhood, and then their home sale actually pushes everything else up because now they're the new comp. But if you were to go out and buy that house this year, I don't think it would be the same frenzy. I think the frenzy in a lot of ways is over, and we're getting back towards a more level market. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that's really causing issues right now is the election, and people, still waiting for interest rates to drop. It's just kind of coming to more of a level thing instead of the frenzy or the major dip where we were earlier in the summer. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Inventory levels. I mean, I like to go online and I like to look at market stats. I like to see market stuff all the time. And it's weird, like Beacon and Dutchess County versus Ulster County it's definitely a seller's market here, but up in Ulster and even out in Sullivan County, it's a buyer's market, which is totally different. I think it's just probably because of the train line.
Yeah, I think that is one of the things that makes Beacon and Wappingers and Poughkeepsie a little bit more desirable because it has that train access.
Yeah.
Even though if you live in Newburgh, all you have to do is take the bridge.
But people are so weird; they don't want to go across the river.
Well,
it's like
I have no problem with crossing the river, but
yeah.
Have you ever been stuck in bridge traffic?
It does suck. Yeah, it does suck, but it doesn't happen that often.
It's not as bad because they finally removed, what was it, a year ago? They removed the toll.
All the tolls, yeah, so they just fly right through.
So it doesn't have as much of the backup as it used to
because it was really bad. Yeah. I remember one time I was driving and I didn't realize, but I didn't have my Easy Pass. I was changing accounts or something, or going through a divorce and whatever. I don't know what it was. It was one of those things. And I get there and it wouldn't work, and I didn't have any money on me. I don't know how I got through there. I think I had I think they gave me a piece of paper and I had to pay a fine, or because they had my, I don't know, it was really weird, but it was really embarrassing because it used to be I could just go straight through.
Yeah.
But
But even then, I mean, you had to wait
stop
for
at
the
gate. Yeah. Yeah.
So now you're just straight on through.
Yeah.
But I mean, what it used to do though is back it all up.
Back
but
all
in
the
any
way.
case,
Yeah.
Newburgh is great. I think you can get certain like deals, like steals and deals
In Newburgh.
in Newburgh. Some of it does come with a little bit of risk if you're not familiar with the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The city of Newburgh in particular.
The city of Newburgh, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because a lot of the brownstones need a lot of work, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, you would have to be someone that is looking for a fixer-upper.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely not going to be a move-in
Not all of them.
turnkey situation.
No, but then I do like the things that I see happening in Newburgh. I was there last weekend and doing this porch. It was like music on the porch or something like that. It was the first time they did it. So you could register your house and a musician would play at your house at a specific time and you can kind of walk to them.
And it was in
the city of Newburgh. Yeah, and so I
Interesting.
parked over on Ann Street in the public parking and then walked over to the library, and then my friend and I took her car down Grand Street, and then we went back up Liberty Street, and then we went back over to eat at the Warehouse, which is one of my favorite places in Newburgh. So I love it. It's like on the
Where
corner
is
of
it?
Ann and Liberty Street. It's like a hamburger joint.
Oh.
But they have a menu that's like newspapers.
Okay.
It's like a newspaper, so you just flip through it. They have a vegan menu and they have like a regular
Wow,
menu.
I'll have to check this
It's great,
out.
and it's got they have Newburgh Brewing Company beers on tap and some other local beers, and they play music on the weekend, so it's a really cool place to go.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, check it out if you haven't been over there. It's pretty good. I've been there.
I know. It's funny, that bridge.
That bridge, it'll slow you down. It'll definitely slow you down.
There's also a new place that we have Quinn's in Beacon.
Yeah.
And now they have a spot also in Newburgh.
Oh, in Newburgh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Untouchables.
In Myers Old Dutch, they have a place up in Poughkeepsie now.
Oh yes, they do. My friend did painted a sign for them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's right by Vassar. So it's kind of cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and a lot of people, I hear about people moving to Beacon and the area all the time, especially I see on all the Facebook community pages that I'm a part of,
Yeah.
new people asking for, us OG
Yeah.
people's recommendations on different things from like nail salons to
Yeah.
restaurants.
Where to get your haircut.
Yeah, where to get your haircut.
Yeah.
And I think the area is definitely, it's changed in the time I've been here, and it's just gotten much easier. I mean, there's a little more traffic and more people, but other than that.
And they're filming movies. So like at the Elks Lodge down the street from me, they have the thing set up. I went for a walk in town a couple days ago, and they were filming right on Main Street with Steve Carell, and Tina Fey. And another guy who I've seen him in movies before. I can't remember his name.
My sister was working on that set.
Oh, really? That's cool. So it's really neat.
Yeah.
It's a neat place.
Yeah, they film here all the time.
Yeah. So it's cool. So if you are moving to Beacon, if somebody's going to move to Beacon, what is the next step? What do you recommend they do?
I recommend reaching out to one of our team members because we have the handle on what's new and cool.
Yeah.
And what might be good for you in Beacon and in the Hudson, surrounding towns as well.
Yeah. So if you're thinking of moving to the Hudson Valley, you're looking at Beacon, Cold Spring, something like that. Poughkeepsie, we work all over the Hudson Valley. Like she said, there are 8 of us on the team. So give us a call. Carlin, Judy at the Hudson Upstate team at EXP Realty.